Alright, episode 2 of I forgot it's not Garugaru anymore. This is Wonderful Pretty Cure. Yeah, I gotta get used to saying Wonderful instead of Garugaru now. Well, anyhow, it's episode 2 of Wonderful Pretty Cure, and it was a nice short one again. Yeah, they're short, like the transformation was like a short, but I don't really care that much. So, let's just get on what happened in this episode. So we get back where we left off, as Iroha is shocked by Komugi becoming a human and also a pretty cure at the same time. And then we get to see Mey Mey all woke up and he's talking to them and all that stuff. And turns out that he's a butler. Huh. One hell of a sheep butler. I had to say it. But yeah, and so I definitely like his personality. He's definitely what a butler should act. And that when he says it's bad, he makes that screech like a sheep that he is. So that's kind of fun too. But yeah, he did give us some detail of what was going on in this place called Niko Garden, which is a place where animals can live and all that stuff, and it's a peaceful place for them, everything like that. But then it got mysteriously attacked by darkness, and then they all had this feeling that was really bad in their hearts, and they transform into the Garugaru. He also transformed into one. Seems he has no idea who caused the attack on the Niko Garden, or what turned the animals into the Garugarus and all that stuff. So it definitely seems that they definitely do not know what the villains are and all that stuff. And there's something I heard about since this is Cure Friendy's episode where she transforms for the first time and all that stuff, we will get into some details that I've heard about her design that looks similar to a detective, a pet detective. Maybe you might think of Tim Curry, but she is a different type of pet detective. Wait, was it Jim or Tim Curry? I can't remember who did the pet detective. I guess that's what you get with the Currys. You mix them up. But I'm pretty sure you all know who I'm talking about. And what movie. Because if I remember that correctly, I might have posted a video sometime around where I was where my parents were watching the movie and I was screeching into a kazoo. Yeah, let's not talk about that and get back to what we were talking about here. But so yeah, and all that stuff, he was saying that he was asking, Komugi for help in, saving the animals and all that stuff. But she kind of refused, saying that she doesn't want to do it without Iroha, and since Iroha is not cured at this moment, she can't join, and that's what he said. But he was also weak from being a Garugaru, so he had to go back to the Niko Garden by using a little truck that he had stuck in his fur and all that stuff, which we already know. This is the Canoe Niko trunk. And all that stuff. So he went back to the Niko Garden and yeah, I was just saying, hey, what were we supposed to do with this and all that stuff, blah blah blah. She was confused because it's still a shock to her now and all that stuff. But she was reassured by Komugi and all that stuff, and how Komugi said that she always wanted to talk to Iroha, and the same thing for Iroha, she always wanted to talk to her. So then they go home and everything like that, and so Iroha is confused, saying, okay, how am I supposed to tell my mom and dad that Komugi turned into a human and all that stuff? And then Komugi presses the doorbell and says, I always wanted to do that and all that stuff. And when her dad came down and all that stuff, and Iroha was shocked and all that, she turned and saw that Komugi had become a dog again. So that's good. Komugi can transform back into a dog, which was obvious that was gonna happen, I guess. After all, she is a dog, so we can just skip her original form, and that's it. We're gonna see it. I also noticed that they focused on the Komugi's collar. That now it has this heart shape, which is the emblem of the wonderful pretty cures in the season. All that stuff was on her collar and all that stuff, which was not there in the beginning. So it kind of signifies her role as a pretty cure and a lot of that stuff. So, they all, started to relax from the day and all that stuff, and, Iroha was, if Komugi has to fight these, Garugawas and save them, because that's basically what they're doing, they're not really, fighting them, actually. They're more, chasing them around and all that stuff to, calm them down, sort of, what's going on here. But I think we'll get into that later. But yeah, Iroha is worried about Komugi's safety when fighting as Cure Wonderful and all that stuff. And we get to see a flashback of where Iroha met Komugi for the first time, and, like, Komugi was, like, abandoned dog that was injured and all that stuff, and she was definitely feral at the time, but because of, Iroha's encouragement and all that stuff, not giving up on her, it made Komugi fall in love with Iroha and all that stuff, and that's how they became friends and everything like that. We also get to see Mayu talking about her cat Yuki with, Iroha's father. She was talking about her cat because she found, like, a cute bowl that they, sell at, the, hospital that, like, and, like, store that, like, Iroha's parents run, all that stuff. So that's kind of also cute and everything, and we got to see, like, Satarou again, and all that stuff, and of course, like, Mayu hid from them because she was scared, and all that stuff, but she was surprised to find out that this was also Iroha and Komugi's place. So I'm guessing that, like, before, we already know that Mayu and, her cat Yuki are going to become Cure Nami and Cure Lillian, so it seems like, they're going to slowly come into the show probably and all that stuff, since Mayu might be the one to, like, engage in that. So, whenever that happens, that's just my little theory and all that stuff. But, like, yeah, they've, like, talked it a bit and with Daifuku and, Komugi chasing each other, and, like, Satarou was talking with Iroha, and definitely, like, how it's said that, like, Iroha, like, is a terrible liar and all that stuff, and she really wants to tell, like, Satarou about the pretty cures and the Garugarus and all that stuff, and, she's just like, this is gonna be hard to tell. And then we had, a Garugaru ostrich, attack the, city and all that stuff, and so Komugi and Iroha had to go to the scene, and, we had this little moment where Komugi, like, talking about how they need to save the animal as, like, Iroha, wouldn't it be, like, wonderful if they did not do it anyway, and all that stuff, from what Komugi said. And so Komugi transformed into Cure Wonderful and went to, go and engage with the Garugaru ostrich and all that stuff, as Iroha watched it. And, like, when Wonderful was having a pickle with it and not being able to catch it, or, like, it shooing her off and all that stuff, for potentially attacking her, too, Iroha had to do something to, protect her pet. She had to protect Komugi, and, who's wonderful at the moment. And so she ran in and all that stuff, wanting to, protect Wonderful. And then that was what triggered her to become Cure Friendy. And definitely, it seems the Mirror Stone is the one giving out these little tiny stones of itself to become wonderful packs. So there's something about that Mirror Stone that is creating these packs, whatever it might be, we do not know yet. But we know it's coming from the Wonderful, we know that it's coming from the Mirror Stone. They called it the Wonderful Stone, whatever. But yeah, so, like, with Iroha now as Cure Friendy, Wonderful was, like, happy, so they, all joined in to, like, stop the Garugaru ostrich and use the hug purification and all that stuff. And since the ostrich was, like, tired and everything and saying Niko and stuff like that, they remembered about Mey Mey, and so, like, Iroha took out the trunk and all that stuff, and they called Mey Mey over about what was going on. He was surprised that, like, Iroha's now finally a cure and all that stuff, too. Like, I guess he didn't expect it to come that quick, or she was ever going to become a cure, to be honest. But he just said when he was in the Niko Garden, he was able to heal and all that stuff, so they had to take the, ostrich there to, do the same thing. And so that's where it basically ended off, with them going to the Niko Garden and all that. And we're going to see more of it in episode 3. So, that is all I have to say for this episode, really. Also, I noticed in the opening that, like, when Iroha and Komugi are running towards the sunset and all that, and she's pointing at a cloud, I realized it was shaped like a dog bone. I didn't notice it from the beginning or anything, like, when I was rewatching the opening and all that stuff, but now I just wanted to share that detail. Anyhow, that is my review for the episode, and I'll see you next time in episode 3. And my other videos. So, see ya. Wong wong.